I cannot keep up with y'all. Since I posted that video a couple hours ago, I guess, I don't know. Like, my phone hasn't stopped. My messenger, my text messages, telephone calls. Like, I didn't realize so many people didn't know what was going on. Hey, Destiny. So, I just, like, first of all, I have to say thank you because I'm just, like, overwhelmed by the phone calls and the messages and the comments and the text and everything. And questions, like, the questions are overwhelming because I know that a lot of you just had so many questions about why we're leaving, what's going on, why, if I'm a U.S. citizen, why, the same questions I ask myself every day. So, I was like, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with y'all. Y'all are wild. So, I was like, all right, when I get out of the shower, I'll jump on and maybe I can answer some questions. I don't know if any of mi familia, mi comunidad hispana están aquí, pero si están aquí, salúdame y pa hablar también en español. But anyway, so my husband, and most of you that are on my Facebook know my husband. He's like the best thing in the world. He's the best man that I'm so blessed. Like, I don't know. Does he get on my nerves? 100%. Yes, he gets on my nerves. But I adore that man. And we've been together almost 21 years. We have been in some form of immigration process for the last 18 years. And we have fought so hard. And we have spent so much money and so much time, and it's a lot. Like, our life is literally carried around in two big, thick binders. And everybody says, you know, you're a U.S. citizen. Like, I thought when you marry a citizen that, I mean, it's just what happens. Like, he becomes a citizen. And my life would be so much easier if that was how it really worked. But that's not how it works. And especially now, things have really changed in the last hi Kim, in the last couple of days for family petitions, green cards, marriage petitions like ours, that, I mean, they're just not, I mean, basically it looks like they're just not going to approve them anymore. I don't know what they're going to do. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it because whatever. But, so my husband has what they call a 10-year bar. And there's a whole bar system. Hey, Amanda. And I love you, Kim. And basically what that means is my husband entered the United States twice. He entered the first time in 1999, 26 years ago. And he left due to a very urgent medical emergency in 2006 and came back in, which triggered, hey Samantha, which triggered what they call a 10-year bar. I appreciate you, Amanda. We need all the prayers we can get because I am so praying for a last minute miracle. And so that triggered a 10-year bar. And what that means is that my husband has to leave the United States and stay outside of the United States for 10 years before he can be pardoned. How about that word? Anyway, and listen, you're not going to hear me over here blaming one side or the other side. No, I don't like the way things are right now, but let's be extremely honest. In the 18 years that we've been in this immigration mess, neither side has done anything. Not the right, not the left. They just don't do it, right? They've had every opportunity. They have failed miserably. And I don't mind telling any of them that. President Biden, before he left office, gave us the very first recognition that we've ever received from any administration as far as mixed status families. Hey, Tamika. And a mixed status family is simply a U.S. citizen that is married to a foreign national that is either not fully documented or undocumented, because you're not going to hear me say the other word because it's cruel and it's horrible, and we're not going to say that word over here. Undocumented is the word we use, and I don't care who likes it. But anyway, and that is a mixed status family, and that is what we are. And so before President Biden left office, he signed an executive order called Keeping Families Together. And he stood on the stage in the White House press room, and he talked about mixed status families and how mixed status families shouldn't be separated. First time in 18 years that I remember that we've ever gotten any kind of recognition from any administration. And wow, it gave me all of this hope, because I was like, this is it. Our prayers have been answered. We're not going to have to leave the country for 10 years. We're going to be able to do consular process. Something good is going to come from this. Something good is going to happen. And you know what happened? The Supreme Court overturned it. That's what happened. So that was a flop. And even though, you know, it's an executive order or whatever, and they can be easily overturned in the court, it gave us a little bit of hope. And I started to lose hope then after that. So, yes, we have a case pending. Yes, we have the very best attorney in the state of Georgia. Yes, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it just hasn't made any difference. And right now, like, my husband is not undocumented. My husband has a temporary status. But even right now, that doesn't seem to be very safe. So I took him out of work. And here we are. So about a year ago, we started building in Mexico, and just thinking of, just preparing for what might come. And so we're almost done. We have some things on the inside that have to be done. I mean, I know that maybe it won't be completely finished before we leave. I don't know. We don't have a fixed date yet of when we're leaving. I'm shooting for the end of the year. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I've never done this before. So I'm not real sure. Like, we're flying blind. We don't know what we're doing. But, like, I got so many questions. And that was one of the biggest questions that I got was, if you're a U.S. citizen, you know, what's the problem? Tía, hola. Hola, mi tía hermosa. ¿Cómo estás? Estamos hablando de migración y de tu sobrino. That's my husband's aunt that just came on. Anyway, so here we are, and we're almost done. We got quite a bit of work to do on the inside, but nothing that we can't work around. And I'm scared for my husband's safety, because my husband is a severe type 2 diabetic, and he can't sit in a detention center with no access to medication because he will die. And I'm not willing to take that risk. So that is my why. It's not because I want to leave the United States. It's not because I want to go live in Mexico. I love Mexico to visit. Don't want to live there. Don't have a choice. It's simply for the safety of my husband and keeping my family together. And of course, we built big enough for grandbabies and kids and all of that stuff. And so that's up to them what they do. Gracie is eligible for dual citizenship. Acá estamos, tía. Aquí batallando, pero luchando como siempre. ¿Usted cómo está? And so, like, right now, everything's really unknown. We don't have a date. Maybe December. I don't know. Am I going to keep working? Absolutely. Everybody's like, oh, you're not going to work anymore. You're going to shut your business down. No, listen, that's not how this works. We're still going to run. So nobody needs to go out and throw a party that I'm going out of business, because that's not how this works. It's not going to be that easy for you. And then I am blessed that I work for a wonderful insurance company. I've been with them over 10 years, probably longer than that. I don't know how long. That are my family. I love Palmetto Surety Corporation. They're the best thing that ever happened to me. Most of my work is done remote. And as a U.S. citizen, I will fly in and fly out. If I have to fly in once a month, then that's what I'll do. I have a home here. I'm not selling my house. We're still going to have roots here because there is legislation currently in Congress. If they ever come back from their unexpected break, ay, nos vamos ya, tía. Ya me enfade. Ya vámonos. If they ever come back from their break and we can actually get things moving, we have the Dignity Act in Congress. And that piece of legislation within itself would fix things for my husband. Even if we're outside of the country, because the Dignity Act contains the American Families United Act, that would provide a way back in for my husband. So we're not giving up our home. We're not giving up businesses. Yes, I closed my office. That doesn't mean we're not still running. We work every day. We will still have our roots here. So that is the plan. And hopefully by some miracle of God, either we'll have a last minute miracle on his case that we have pending now, or this legislation will pass and we will come back home. Because this house in Mexico was always planned to be our retirement home. It wasn't meant for us to go live over there permanently. So, I don't know, but my husband's the best. He's just the best guy ever. And people are like, you guys are so fake because you're always happy. No, we're not always happy. Like, we have good times and bad times. Hi, Rosie Rose. We have good times and bad times just like anybody. But, you know, a lot of you remember, and maybe some of you don't that are new here, but 2 years ago, I was in a wheelchair. I was paralyzed. I couldn't use my hands. I couldn't walk. And I was down most of 2023. And my husband is the person that took care of me. He's the one that bathed me, dressed me, fed me. I couldn't lift a spoon to eat with. He is the person that sat with me in the hospital after I had surgery. He took care of my wounds. This man is, and I give him hell, don't think I don't, but this man is a saint. Like, how could I not stand up and fight for him when he took care of me when I couldn't even lift my head? He deserves that and so much more. He deserves all the respect in the world, and I will always fight for him. So I know some of you are like, God, I'm so sick of hearing you. You're moving to Mexico. Go ahead and go. Whatever. I don't care. Keep scrolling. Block me. Delete me. I don't care. I don't do politics in the first place because my house is a one-issue household. And the issue that I have in my household is immigration. And it's a big issue. And it's because it's broken. And I don't get like all the hate over here on Facebook that I get on, but I get the hate on TikTok. Like, those people are wild. Like, they will tell you, should have thought about it before you did it. Cartel's going to get you. I mean, they say wild stuff. Hey, Rebecca. We love you too. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy for you. But, I mean, you know what? Listen, God knows what he's doing. And if he puts me in this position, then, hey, then I have to trust that he knows what he's doing, right? And so that's what we're going to do. But I was shocked because I've been talking about this for a long time. And I was shocked today when I put that video up and my phone started ringing. And people were like, what are you talking about? Like, you can't believe, like, what's happening? Well, yeah, this is what's happening. Like, I'm going to fight for my husband. And I've fought for him here for 18 years. And now it's time to take that fight somewhere else. I mean, it's all I can do, really. But if anybody in this world deserves to be fought for, it's my husband. Because he's the best husband. He's the best father. He's the best grandfather. He's so deserving of everything. So I was honored that so many people cared enough to reach out to me or to comment or to send me a message, a text message, a phone call. Like, people I haven't talked to in forever that were literally like, hey, you know, what's happening? And, you know, what can I, and so many people said, what can I do to help? Like, how can I help? You know how you can help? You can call John Ossoff. You can call Raphael Warnick. You can call Rick Allen, but he doesn't pick up my phone calls much anymore since he stood me up in D.C. But that's okay, because he'll come up for election again. But call your senators, call your congressmen, like ask them to please, hi Vicky, to please support the Dignity Act and the American Families United Act. We need that help. I need that piece of legislation. I have to have that. I'm a U.S. citizen. Why does my husband not deserve to live inside the United States? He's not a criminal. He's never had anything other than a no driver's license ticket. I mean, I think I've had more tickets than he has. Like, he's not the worst of the worst, or all of these criminal people. That's not my husband. That's not 90% of immigrants that are in the United States. Are they bad? 100%. I deal with people every day. I mean, I know, but that's not my husband. And it's not 98%, or not, let's say 90% of the immigrants in the United States. These people are here to work, you know? But I'm so tired of hearing, you know, just do it the right way. You should do it the right way. You're lazy. You don't want to spend the money. Listen, anybody want to come and look at receipts? Like, I can receipt you for days. I'll give you 2 big, huge binders full of our life, full of every piece of paper we've ever received from USCIS. So that's not the case. Like, if I could do it, if I could make it happen, it would have already happened. But I have done, and people are like, go try this attorney, go try this attorney. I've already played that game. Like, I've been to attorney after attorney. A 30-minute consult with most immigration attorneys is $300, $350. And in a week, I interviewed about 10 of them. So, and I settled with the very best attorney in the state of Georgia. I mean, yeah, like I hadn't thought of that already. Like, I've been in panic for a year now, but I think we're blessed to have the attorney that we have. And they take good care of us, and their staff is amazing, and they're in constant contact with us. You're right, sister, I have for years. Like, for years and years. Like, for somebody to think that I don't want my husband to be here legally, please. Our dream is for him to finally get his residency, and that was our whole point in building our house in Mexico, and like being able to retire or semi-retire and come back and forth, because let's be honest, I got grandbabies. I have my kids in the United States. Like, this is to walk away from all of that and pray that they come visit, or that I'll see them when I come home to work, right? And one of them doesn't even live here, so, or 2 of them. So it's a lot to think about, and it causes a lot of, my doctor and I have become like best friends. Let's just say that. So it's tough, but we're going to push through. I'm a survivor. Listen, I have survived my whole life. I've been on my own since I was about 16 years old. So, and I survived that and I built what I have. Granted, maybe I'm not as blessed as some other people, but I consider myself to be extremely blessed in all aspects of my life. So it was just important to me to thank you guys, because I'm so overwhelmed by all the love and all of the support that you're showing me. And if we leave, then I'm going to take you guys with me. You're going on this journey with me, and it's not like I'm going away. So I'm super excited. I'm sad, but whatever will be, will be. Whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen. So I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. Like, I pray, and if you're a praying person, then I ask you to please pray for my family. That by some small miracle of whatever higher power you believe in, that miracle will arrive before we have to make that final step. So, because right now I haven't done anything that can't be reversed. Yes, you need a passport because you're coming to visit. Well, please get your passport. But I just wanted to say thank you, because you guys are amazing. Exactly, you're going to, Rosie. And thank you for supporting us and for loving us, and for blowing up my telephone today when I was feeling really down when I made that video. So that's that's my release. Like this is my therapy, believe it or not. So I love each and every one of you, even though sometimes I don't show it. Your support and your love and your prayers mean everything to me, because you guys have really showed out for my family. Like, I never feel like I'm alone. I have the best people around me and all over the country. So, all over the world, because we have people from all over the world. But anyway, that's my story. That's my why. For those of you that had questions, and that way I don't have to keep telling the same story over and over every time somebody calls. Now you know. So, comments, thoughts, questions, let me know. I'm here. I love you guys, and I'm going to bed. It's 9 o'clock and I'm old. See you later.